We're now in a period called halftime. It is a transition between the success season in life to the significant season in life. It's a very critical time. You see, at halftime, we have to make a decision. The decision is, are we going to continue doing what we're doing during our success season of life? And depending on what you are doing, if you are living your life completely sold out for the Lord, then it's great if you continue doing that.
So when you're in halftime, there's three key decisions that you will make. Those three decisions are one of either being indifferent. Now, an indifferent decision means basically being apathetic, couldn't really care, and just really goes on with life as if nothing changes. And that person actually will most likely have a fairly miserable, selfish life. That's the one decision, being indifferent. The second decision will be to be indulgent, meaning that I want to enjoy personal satisfaction, I want to have more, I want to enjoy my wealth, all of those things. That's a life of indulgence, and that is also fairly empty. But then there's a third decision that a person will make, and that is to live a life of significance. And significance will really go towards transformation of others, and really growing in influence and ultimately leaving a legacy. Now, every person going through halftime will make one of those three decisions, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. One of those decisions you will make. And what we obviously want to train our people that goes through the World Needs a Father is that obviously we all want to live a life of significance.
I like what Bob Buford said. This is what he shared when he expressed how he discovered his vision. He said, for me, the transition into the afternoon of life was a time for reordering my time and my treasure, for reconfiguring my values and my vision of what life could be. It represented more than a renewal. It was a new beginning. It was more than a reality check. It was a fresh and leisurely look into the holiest chamber of my own heart, affording me, at last, an opportunity to respond to my soul's deepest longings.
What are the characteristics of halftime? Halftime is an interesting period. Myself, I'm actually, as we speak, in halftime. I'm 45 years of age, and so I can actually speak from a bit of experience of how did I know that I'm in halftime. I've had a fantastic career so far. I've had a good success season, and everything was fine. Up to a point where I started asking interesting questions. Asking questions like, if I could see my life in 10 or 15 years from now, is this how I would actually see my life to play out? And that bothered me. I wasn't sure whether that is actually how I would like my life to play out. I started asking myself questions like, but how much money is really enough? And slowly but surely, there was this smoldering discontent in my heart that started creeping in. And if I say smoldering discontent, it's difficult to explain to someone. But what it really boils down to is I've got everything really in terms of being blessed with everything that the Lord has given me, yet I've got this discontent that I'm not satisfied with how my life is going forward. Now that is typical someone that is in halftime. He starts asking those kind of questions, life questions, and struggling with the significance of life. So that's typically what will happen when you are in halftime. You are struggling with yourself, and it's something that's very, very personal.
At this season in our lives, the halftime season, it's a critical juncture. Am I going to continue living my life as is, or am I going to make an adjustment towards significance? And friends, if God's Spirit is speaking to you, I want to encourage you, make that decision to make that adjustment, because this is a period where we can still do it. We still have many years ahead of us that we can live and leave a lasting legacy. I like what Andy Stanley said. He said, "It is your direction in life that determines your destination." Again, it is your direction in life that determines your destination, not your intention. You see, we can have the greatest of intentions, but we have to look at the trajectory of our life. Who are we living for right now? What is our primary motivation? Who is our primary motivation? And if we don't make adjustments, if we continue just the status quo, that is the direction that we're going to end up. We may have the intention to have a life of significance, a life that leaves a lasting legacy, but if our direction is pointing towards just a life of emptiness, we're going to have regret at the end. So take this season in between the success season and the significant season called halftime, where we can recommit, refocus, redirect our lives for Christ and in Christ. It is God's grace that enables us to make these decisions, and it is His grace that will carry us through.